Hello and welcome back to another video. This video I'm going to go ahead and describe the medic class a little bit more in detail for any of those who may be interested on the Olympus Altis Life server. This kind of go through, explain how to make your purchases and whatnot as a medic. I'll go through some of the general rules with them just so it's kind of clarified for anybody who may be interested. To start, basically you need to go to the Olympus website. You fill out an application. This is done so you can get whitelisted on the server to be able to use this this class, we'll go ahead and call it. There's APD, which are police, you got medics as well, and then you got civilians. When you first get into the server, you'll see this screen here. You want to pick the independent. This will of course be after you get whitelisted from the application process, and that'll be explained when you go through the process how to get in as well if you're unsure of. But just to start, you want to make sure you're whitelisted by using the application process. So you would come in, you click independent, you pick a slot. Currently there are 4 medic slots available. Down the road, as a server does happen to grow, they may increase that, but at the moment there is simply 4, which is independent. So you go ahead and pick your slot. Click OK. It will load in. If you're fresh on it and you don't have the current data, you'll get the retrieving data and it'll download a patch, of course. And then you get this beautiful little screen, Olympus, the Altis Life, running version 3.1.3. Once you go ahead and you get in, you will be given a choice of 3 different spawn points. You'll go through this little, normal ARMA screen, but you'll get the 3 different spawn points. There's main hospitals at each of them, which do include where you can pick up your vehicle, your helicopter, that sort of thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and start in Paragos, as it'll probably be the simplest and less rattle going on over there at the moment. It is nighttime, as you can see. Got in the server during the night, so we're going to go ahead and start in Paragos. As you can see, you get a nice smexy little skin to go with it as an EMS agent on the server. This is strictly for the EMS. EMS on this server are basically, in a sense, untouchable. You're not allowed to kill them unless they are going against your wishes, such as you're in a combat situation and you're in a combat situation, a medic does run in, starts to revive. You have to tell them to back off and not to revive. If you ask them to do that and they refuse to listen, they could be shot. Otherwise, they are to be left alone. They simply excuse me, they simply are there to heal and revive players. So we'll go ahead, and when you first spawn in, you will always have this gear set. You'll have a bag, you'll have your skin, you go into your inventory, and this is basically what you'll have. You'll have 2 first aid kits, you'll have your compass, etc., etc. You'll want to go into the medical market, and this is where you can kind of get your food and fuel cans, that sort of thing. Aside from that, you will have a second vendor, and over here is your second vendor. You can go ahead and scroll through, and we'll start at the top at the item shop. Keep in mind, you'll need your ATM, which again is right there for you to access. The first thing you want is to get is your med kit, and as you can see, someone's already requesting. But you'll get your med kit. You always want to have your med kit. Your med kit has unlimited uses, and it allows you as a medic to heal anybody up to 100. Other means in the game, the first aid kits only give 75. A medic and the medical healer that is found at each of the hospitals are the only way to heal up to 100%. So you want to make sure you want to have 1 med kit. You don't need any extra. You need to have 1, and then your toolkits, your binocs, night vision, as you choose. The assault pack is in here for some reason. I'm not quite sure, but do not get it. Stay with the backpack you have, due to the fact the assault pack is much smaller. You then can go into your vehicle shop. If you have the money, there's 2 different vehicles to choose from. You've got the Zamak Transport. It's a skinned out big ass truck. Pretty nice, in my opinion. Good for plowing through stuff if you absolutely have to. And then you have the SUV. They used to have an off-road, was removed as it's not needed. It's slow, it's clunky, and it's hard to maneuver with. You then also have a helicopter shop, which gives you access to the Hummingbird. Prices you'll see are a little bit different from mine versus others. There's different reasoning for that, not going to go in, but the prices are different depending on. You can then go into the garage as well. As you see, I do have my Hummingbird. I will go ahead and I'll pull out each one to kind of give you an idea of what they actually look like here. I'll go to the vehicle garage first. Oh, my car. I must not have my car for some reason. Okay, well, I guess we'll go ahead and pull out the helicopter to start with. What you do is retrieve, and as you can see, there is a retrieval price. Wow. Oh, pardon my phone there. Alright, there is a retrieval price. That's the second time this has happened. I had to cut my old video. Retrieval price, it can get expensive if you're doing it quite often. But I'm going to go ahead and do it, and as you can see, it'll come up black to start with. Once you get into range, here is the sexy medic skin for the helicopter. It functions the same way in every other aspect excluding the skin. The skin is specifically for medics. You are allowed to use this, but you must follow the same rules, server rules and laws that civilians do, which I can describe in another video, but you have to keep at least 300 feet in the air above cities, no going crazy, that kind of thing. I'll go ahead and store that back up. And let me go ahead, and you do have to buy your own vehicles, keep in mind. It shouldn't hurt you too much for the fact that people are not supposed to mess with your vehicles, they're not supposed to mess with you, that sort of thing. And this, as you can see, is the skin for the EMS vehicle. Looks like they have currently changed it. It was a little bit different yesterday. I do like it. Looks pretty nice. So this is the first time me seeing the newest skin. The helicopter does not have lighting on it. The SUV does. So I will go ahead and hop in and we'll show you what the lighting looks like in the car here. When you go ahead and hit your lights, you have red lights as an EMS. And I'll go ahead and turn the sirens on. Sirens are pretty standard EMS style. Let's see if I can turn them back off. Head back out. And your sirens will automatically shut off when you get out of the vehicle. Your lights will stay on, so you want to make sure you turn them off as needed. But that is how you purchase your vehicles, your helicopter, your items. Now to go in, you can buy the banking insurance. Not a bad idea to do, as you can still lose stuff. Go ahead and deposit that back in there. As a medic, you just kind of patrol the area. You will, as you've seen earlier in the video, a message popped up. That will be what you see at the moment when someone is requesting a revive. They've died and they're asking you to come back to revive them. You can simply then go into the cell phone section. They are going to be adding a section in here for medics, but at the moment you go through and you find their name and you somehow state ETA 5 minutes and you send them the message. They will know then, and they can choose to wait or respond. You will have sometimes people won't wait, so you got to kind of watch that. What you'll do is when someone is asking for a revival, the best example I can use, sadly enough, is the drug dealer. This is what the text will look like, but it will be the little red dot along with their name, and it'll be somewhere on the map, and you will kind of have to find it. And the decision will kind of be on yours. If let's say you're in Paragos and someone way up by the moonshine has died, you got to figure it's going to take you probably about 15 to 20 minutes just to drive up there, unless you have a helicopter, and a helicopter can be expensive just to pull out for that. So it's kind of decision making. You can just let them know that there's no medics in the area if you're going to be unable to make it to them. To heal or to revive, once you do get there, you use your Windows key, your left Windows key right next to them, and you'll get a little bar at the top of your screen that will show a revival process. You may have rebound it. It's basically the same as when you're going to repair a vehicle. It's the same key to repair a vehicle or flip it, that sort of thing. And as you can see there, there's another revival request. I'm going to see if I can actually find out where they are fairly quickly so you can see it on the map. Alright, as you can see here, there you go. This man right here has requested a revival. I'm not in the area, but you can see what the icon actually looks like for them. Back over here. So that will basically cover that. To heal, someone may ask you, when they come up to you in the middle of your screen, you will get a little icon. It's an EMS icon that shows that they need healing. All you simply do is click your middle mouse button and it will heal them up to 100%. Always make sure to check your backpack. You should have toolkits and a med kit inside here. If it's missing, that means someone has pickpocketed you, and if you know who it was or you witnessed it, let an officer know so they can be arrested and or fined or jailed, as well, as it does happen. And if it continues to happen multiple times, make sure to get some sort of proof, recording, screenshots, etc., so the admins can take care of the issue, because it is a bannable offense to mess with a medic that is simply doing their job. Due to the fact we have no way to defend ourselves, we have no guns, we're not allowed to carry guns, we do not get licenses or anything of that nature. We are simply there to heal and revive and do nothing else. We do not make money any other way. We don't collect, we do not sell. So it can be a fairly boring job sometimes, and other times people are dying left and right, and you will be busy as hell. Currently, it is 15,000 you receive from a revival. You do not receive anything from healing. People are free to give you quote-unquote tips if they choose to do so. If they don't, that's on them. It doesn't cost you much. The revival itself will cover any fees that you currently have. So again, as you can see, Pyrogos, the EMS, it's listed on the map right here. We'll go up to Athera. Athera is a little bit different. The town of Athera is way up here, but the EMS actually respawns down in the airfield here. And over in Kavala, where the man had died previously, is a hospital here, and this is the area you will spawn in Kavala. You are currently free to roam the map unless you are asked or directed by a head medic to stay in an area. And if you are directed to go to a specific town, it's a good thing to listen. Otherwise, you could be possibly blacklisted as well. So, other than that, there's not too much more to a medic. You run around, again, you run around, you revive, you heal. People love medics because, well, they save lives. There has been a new rule implemented that medics can be taken hostage. The hostage situation works as you will get some sort of message from a person. Let's say it's a terroristic group that is attempting to take over Kavala. You'll get either a text message or an actual in-game VoIP message. You'll hear someone talking to you saying you're being taken hostage. You'll want to put your hands up. They need to restrain you. From that point forward, they'll unrestrain you, and you need to follow them around for 10 minutes, and you need to listen to their directives. You are not allowed to resurrect or heal anybody that is not in their group. If you do, once again, you can be blacklisted. Same goes with police officers. If a police officer has asked you to assist them in a situation, you need to follow them around and only heal and revive them as needed, or their group of players. This is kind of how the hostage taking works. It's been recently implemented, so there may be some changes to it, but at the moment that is how it works. If an officer asks you to back off in a situation, you simply need to just let them know you've been taken hostage, so you are following the directives from your hostage. You can be held hostage for up to 10 minutes. After that 10-minute marker, you are free to go. You need to let the person know that it's been 10 minutes and you are leaving. They can ask you to stay as a hostage if you want to continue with the role-playing aspect and fully complete the event that's going on. You are free to do so. There's nothing stopping you from continuing to do that. Otherwise, you may leave at that point. If they do not let you leave, once again, you need to report that to the police and or an admin, because that is abuse. There is no hostage taking in the game over 10 minutes. As well as officers cannot arrest you for over 10 minutes and hold you restrained. So I think that basically covers most of the medical stuff. Again, it's fairly straightforward, nothing too difficult. Some nice perks to it. You get some nice, cool-looking cars. I've talked to the guy who actually designs the vehicles, and they love to make things look good and have some functionality. So I hope this answers any questions you may have before you're entering into the medic field here on the Olympus Altis Life server. If you have any questions, feel free to whisper or send a text to one of the head medics that may be online. My name in-game is Mischief. Jendrik, I hope I didn't just murder his name, is the other head officer. He is a head medic. He is above me. He usually kind of handles some of the design stuff in the background, so you'll catch me on most of the time. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask either of us, and we'll do our best to answer it for you. So, all right, hope you enjoyed, and welcome to the EMS crew.